My beloved child, stop for one moment. Do not hurry past these words. Do not let the noise around you steal this quiet moment from your heart. Take a slow, deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let the thoughts racing through your mind become still. You have listened to fear long enough. You have listened to disappointment long enough. You have listened to voices telling you that you are forgotten, that nothing will change, and that you must face everything alone. But now, listen to me. The battle in your mind has been loud, but my love is louder. The night has felt long, but the darkness cannot overcome my light. The pressure has been heavy, but it is not greater than the strength I can place within you. My child, I am with you. I am with you in the room where you quietly wipe away your tears. I am with you when you stare at the ceiling and wonder how tomorrow will work out. I am with you when you smile for everyone else, while something inside you is asking for rest. I am with you in the questions you cannot answer and in the prayers you can barely speak. You may not always feel me, but my presence does not depend upon your feelings. Clouds may hide the sun, but they cannot remove it from the sky. In the same way, pain may cloud your heart, but it cannot remove you from my care. I have not walked away from you. I have not forgotten your name. I have not lost sight of your home, your family, your needs, or the situation that has kept you awake. I know every detail. I know what happened. I know what was said. I know what it cost you to remain silent. I know how hard you tried to hold everything together. You do not need to explain your pain perfectly to me. I understood the tears before they fell. I heard the prayer hidden inside your sigh. I saw the moment your heart sank, even when no one else noticed. Come closer now. You do not have to perform for my love. You do not have to pretend to be stronger than you are. You do not have to clean up every broken part before coming into my presence. Bring me the confusion. Bring me the disappointment. Bring me the anger you have been afraid to admit. Bring me the questions that have no easy answers. I would rather receive your honest heart than hear empty words from your lips. My child, I know you are tired. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you have been carrying things you were never meant to carry alone. You have been trying to control outcomes that belong in my hands. You have been replaying conversations that cannot be changed and imagining futures that have not happened. Put that weight down. You do not need to solve your entire life tonight. You do not need to know every turn in the road before taking the next step. You do not need to force open a door I have not asked you to enter. For this moment, simply be here with me. Let my peace enter the places fear has occupied. Let my love reach the places rejection has wounded. Let my truth challenge every lie that says, you are alone. You are not alone. I am before you, preparing the way. I am beside you, giving you courage. I am behind you, protecting you from what you cannot see. I am within you through my spirit, reminding you that the same grace that carried you yesterday will be sufficient for today. Look at how far you have already come. There were days you believed would break you, but you survived them. There were losses you thought would end your story, but you continued. There were nights when your hope felt small, yet a small light remained alive inside you. That light is not an accident. I have been sustaining you. When you had no words, I held you. When you could not see a way forward, I gave you enough strength for one more breath and one more step. When your faith trembled, my faithfulness did not. So hear me clearly, beloved child. This painful chapter is not the whole story. The present struggle is not the final sentence. Your tears are real, but they do not have the authority to decide your future. I am still writing. There is still purpose in your life. There is still beauty you have not seen. There are still prayers you will pray with gratitude, because you will remember the day you thought you could not continue, and you will see that I carried you through. Do not surrender your future to one difficult moment. Stay with me. Breathe again. Lift your head slowly. You do not need to run. You only need to remain near me. My hand is still holding you. My love is still surrounding you. My voice is still calling you. And I am saying to your heart right now, do not be afraid. I am with you. My beloved child, I saw what no one else saw. I saw the moment you closed the door and finally allowed the tears to fall. I saw you sit in silence because you did not know how to explain what you were feeling. I saw you check your phone, hoping for a message that never came. I saw the disappointment on your face when someone you trusted failed to understand your heart. People saw your strength, but I saw the cost of it. They saw you continue working. They saw you care for others. They saw you answer, smile, and keep moving. But I saw the exhaustion underneath. I saw the thoughts you pushed aside because there was no time to fall apart. I saw you place everyone else's needs before your own, while quietly wondering whether anyone would notice that you needed help too. I noticed. Every hidden act of love mattered to me. Every time you chose patience, when anger would have been easier, I saw it. Every time you prayed for someone who had hurt you, I heard it. Every time you returned kindness after receiving indifference, I treasured it. Nothing done with a sincere heart is wasted in my presence. But child, I do not want you to confuse love with carrying what belongs to someone else. You can care deeply without becoming responsible for every decision another person makes. You can forgive without returning to the same harmful pattern. You can be compassionate and still create wise boundaries. Your heart is precious. Guard it without turning it to stone. I know betrayal changed the way you see people. I know disappointment taught you to expect less so you would not be hurt again. I know part of you wants connection, while another part whispers, be careful. Do not trust. Do not open your heart. Bring that conflict to me. I am not asking you to become careless. I am asking you not to allow yesterday's wound to become tomorrow's prison. What happened to you was not permission for fear to control the rest of your life. You are allowed to heal slowly. You are allowed to grieve what you lost. You are allowed to admit that it hurt. Faith does not require you to deny pain. Faith means you bring the pain into my presence and trust that it will not remain untouched forever. I can meet you in the wound without condemning you for having it. Perhaps you have asked, where were you when this happened? My child, I was there. I was not approving the harm. I was not delighting in your sorrow. I was near to your broken heart, preserving something inside you that pain wanted to destroy. The fact that you can still love is evidence that darkness did not win. The fact that you are still searching for hope is evidence that despair did not take everything. The fact that you are listening now is evidence that your spirit still remembers the way home. Come home to my heart. You do not have to hide your scars. They are not signs that you failed. They show that a wound occurred and that healing began. In time, the places that once made you ashamed may become the very places from which you offer compassion to someone else. I can use what tried to silence you to give your voice depth. I can use what made you feel alone to make you attentive to the lonely. I can use what broke your pride to build gentleness within you. I do not call evil good, but I am able to bring good even out of what was meant to harm you. Do not define your life by the worst thing that happened to you. You are more than the betrayal. You are more than the rejection. You are more than the diagnosis, the debt, the failure, the delay, or the goodbye you never wanted to say. You are my beloved child. Before anyone applauded you, I knew you. Before anyone rejected you, I loved you. Before you accomplished anything, your life had value in my sight. Nothing another person says can cancel the identity I have given you. So release the need to prove yourself to everyone. You do not need to win every argument. You do not need to chase people who have decided not to recognize your heart. You do not need to shrink so that others feel comfortable with the light I placed inside you. Walk humbly, but do not walk ashamed. Be gentle, but do not believe you are powerless. Remain loving, but do not abandon wisdom. There will be people who understand only the version of you that served their expectations. Let them misunderstand while you continue healing. Your peace is more valuable than endless explanations. I know the truth of your heart, and where correction is needed, I will correct you with love, not humiliation. Where change is needed, I will guide you patiently. Where repentance is needed, my mercy will meet your honesty and lead you into freedom. You are not too damaged to be restored. You are not too far away to return. You are not too complicated for my love. I saw what no one else saw, and I am still here. I know all of you, and I still call you beloved. My child, give me the weight you have been carrying. You have held it so tightly that your soul has forgotten what rest feels like. Even when your body lies down, your mind continues running. It travels into tomorrow, creates 10 different problems, and then demands that you solve every one of them before morning. That is not rest. That is fear pretending to be preparation. Planning can be wise, but worry cannot protect you. Anxiety promises control and then steals your peace. It tells you that if you think long enough, imagine every danger, and prepare for every possible loss, you will finally feel safe. But you do not become safe by predicting every storm. You find safety by remembering who is with you inside the storm. I am with you. Give me the conversation you keep replaying. Give me the bill you do not know how to pay. Give me the medical report, the family conflict, the uncertain job, the child you are worried about, and the decision you are afraid to make. Name the burden in your heart, and then place it in my hands. You may need to release it more than once. That is all right. Surrender is sometimes a daily act, and sometimes it is an act repeated every few minutes. Each time fear returns, you can return to me. Say, Father, this thought is too heavy for me. I give it back to you. Then breathe. Notice what is true in this moment. You are here. You are breathing. You have survived every day that came before this one. Grace has not run out. Do not borrow tomorrow's trouble. When tomorrow arrives, I will be there. I will not send you into a future where my presence is missing. The mind asks, what if I fail? Faith answers, even if I stumble, God can teach me how to rise. Fear asks, what if they leave? Faith answers, even in loss, I will not be abandoned by the one who knows my soul. Anxiety asks, what if the answer does not come the way I expect? Faith answers, then I will ask for wisdom to recognize the answer God gives. My child, peace is not the absence of unanswered questions. Peace is my presence within them. You have been waiting for circumstances to become quiet before allowing your heart to rest. But I can teach you to rest while the wind is still blowing. I can place a calm center within you that the noise outside cannot control. This does not mean you ignore reality. It means reality no longer stands alone. The problem is real, but so is my wisdom. The need is real, but so is my care. The weakness is real, but so is the strength I provide. Take the next practical step, but do not try to take every step at once. Make the call you need to make. Ask for advice. Create the plan. Apologize if you were wrong. Rest if you are exhausted. Seek professional help if your mind or body needs care. I often send help through people, wisdom, medicine, community, and ordinary actions filled with grace. Do not reject an answer because it did not arrive in a dramatic way. Sometimes the miracle is the courage to ask for help. Sometimes the provision is a wise idea. Sometimes the open door begins with a small responsibility you were tempted to overlook. Walk attentively. You do not need to be ashamed if anxiety has been strong. Shame will only add another weight. Instead, let this be the moment you begin speaking to yourself with truth. You are not your most fearful thought. You are not the disaster your mind imagined. You are not weak because you need reassurance. You are human, and you are loved. When the thoughts race tonight, place one hand over your heart and slowly say, God is here. I am held. I do not have to solve tomorrow tonight. Repeat it until your breathing slows. God is here. I am held. I do not have to solve tomorrow tonight. Let those words become an anchor, not because they erase every problem, but because they return your attention to the one who is greater than the problem. My child, I am not angry with you for feeling overwhelmed. I am inviting you to stop living as though everything depends only upon you. You have limits, and limits are not failure. You need sleep. You need nourishment. You need prayer. You need safe relationships. You need moments when you are not producing, fixing, or performing. Rest is not laziness when it restores you for what matters. Come and sit with me without asking for anything. Let silence become a place of friendship instead of fear. You do not have to fill every moment with words. I can understand the heart that simply remains near. The weight you release into my hands may not disappear from your circumstances immediately, but it no longer has to crush your spirit. Let me carry what only I can carry. And you, beloved child, take the next faithful step with a lighter heart. Chapter 4. My silence does not mean my absence. Approximate timing, 21:28 to 0. My beloved child, I know waiting has tested you. You prayed, you believed, you tried to remain hopeful, yet days became weeks, weeks became months, and the answer still did not appear in the form you expected. You watched other people celebrate the very thing you had been asking for. You smiled for them, but later you wondered, Father, when will it be my turn? Have you forgotten me? Did I pray incorrectly? Is there something wrong with me? Listen carefully. My silence does not mean my absence. A gardener does not dig up a seed every morning to check whether it is growing. The seed remains hidden, but life is moving within it. Roots form in darkness long before fruit appears in the light. Something can be hidden and still be alive. Something can be delayed and still be within my care. Something can feel quiet and still be surrounded by my activity. Do not judge the entire work by what you can see today. I know you want a clear sign. I know you want certainty. But if I showed you every mile of the road at once, fear might overwhelm you, or pride might persuade you that you no longer need to walk with me. So, I often give light for the next step. Take that step. Obey what you already understand. Be faithful with what is already in your hands. Do not spend so much time staring at the closed door that you neglect the room in which I have placed you. There is purpose here too. Waiting is not empty when it deepens your character. This season can teach you patience without passivity, hope without denial, and faith that is rooted in who I am rather than only in what I give. I do not want your trust to disappear whenever the answer takes longer than expected. I want your heart to know me so deeply that even in uncertainty you can say, I do not understand, but I know I am not alone. My child, some doors remain closed because what is behind them would distract you from what matters. Some relationships end because continuing them would require you to keep abandoning yourself. Some plans change because I am teaching you to hold your purpose firmly while holding your method loosely. Trust my redirection. You may call it an interruption now and recognize it as mercy later. Do not force what repeatedly destroys your peace. Do not manipulate people to remain. Do not make a permanent decision simply to escape temporary discomfort. Wait until fear is no longer choosing for you. Seek wisdom. Examine the facts. Listen for my peace. Invite counsel from people whose character is steady and whose lives bear good fruit. I guide you through my word, through wisdom, through circumstances, through conscience shaped by truth, and through the community I place around you. Do not demand that guidance arrive only in the one form you imagined. Remain open. While you wait, continue becoming the person who can carry the answer with humility. If you are praying for greater influence, deepen your integrity. If you are praying for a healthy relationship, allow me to heal the patterns that would make love difficult. If you are praying for provision, grow in discipline and stewardship. If you are praying for purpose, serve faithfully where you are. Preparation is not rejection. I love you too much to give you something before it can become a blessing rather than a burden. But do not misunderstand me. You do not earn my love through perfect preparation. My love is already yours. Growth is not a payment for grace. Growth is what grace patiently produces within a willing heart. So stop punishing yourself for not being farther ahead. You are learning. You are becoming. You are discovering that a slow answer can still be a sacred answer. Look back for a moment. Can you see a time when you begged for something that would not have been good for you? Can you see a closed door that protected you? Can you remember a delay that gave you wisdom you did not have before? Let yesterday's faithfulness speak to today's uncertainty. The same God who guided you then has not lost the way now. My timing is not designed to humiliate you. It is shaped by wisdom you cannot always see. Yet while you wait, I will not withhold my presence. The answer may be coming later, but my comfort is available now. Direction may unfold slowly, but grace is available now. The full picture may remain hidden, but the next act of faith is available now. Do what today requires. Eat, rest, pray, work honestly, love the people in front of you, take care of your body, keep your promises, learn what this season can teach you. Do not place your whole life on hold while waiting for one prayer to change. Life with me is happening now. Your future is important, but this present breath is also a gift. My child, I have not forgotten you. You are not standing at the back of a heavenly line. You are not invisible to me. Wait with open hands, not clenched fists. Let me choose not only the timing, but also the shape of the answer. And when you become tired, return to this truth. My silence does not mean my absence. I am with you in the waiting, and the waiting will not be wasted. My child, you are not what happened to you. You are not the cruel words someone spoke in anger. You are not the mistake that still makes you lower your eyes. You are not the relationship that ended, the dream that collapsed, or the season in which you lost your way. Those experiences are part of your story, but they are not your identity. I know how easily shame attaches itself to pain. Pain says, something hurt me. Shame says, Something is wrong with me. Pain describes an experience. Shame tries to rename your entire life. Do not accept that false name. When I look at you, I do not see a problem to tolerate. I see a child to love. I see someone created with dignity, capable of growth, worthy of compassion, and invited into grace. Yes, there are things I want to transform in you. There are habits that cannot follow you into the life of freedom I desire for you. There are attitudes that must be surrendered, wounds that must be treated, and choices for which you must take responsibility. But correction is not rejection. I correct because I care about the person you are becoming. I uncover what is unhealthy so it can be healed, not so you can be publicly humiliated. Conviction leads you toward me. Condemnation tells you to hide. Do not hide. Bring your failure into the light. Tell the truth. Ask forgiveness. Make amends where it is safe and wise. Learn what the mistake came to teach you. Then stop returning to the prison after I have opened the door. You cannot change yesterday, but you can allow grace to change the person who walks into tomorrow. My mercy is not permission to remain unchanged. My mercy is power to begin again. Begin again. You have spent too long comparing your life with people whose full stories you do not know. You compare your ordinary day with their celebrated moment. You compare your hidden struggle with their visible success. Then you conclude that you are behind, less favored, or less valuable. Comparison distorts your vision. Another person's gift does not diminish yours. Their season does not determine your timing. Their applause does not decide your worth. I did not create you to become a copy of someone else. I formed your temperament, experiences, abilities, and compassion into a life that can reflect my love in a way no other person can exactly repeat. Stop despising what is quiet in you simply because the world rewards what is loud. Some of my strongest work grows in unnoticed places. A faithful parent, an honest worker, a patient caregiver, a person who chooses kindness when no one applauds these lives, may not become famous, but they are not small in my kingdom. You do not need a platform to have purpose. You do not need thousands of people to approve of you before your life becomes meaningful. Love the person in front of you. Do the next good thing. Bring integrity into the room you already occupy. That is holy work too. My child, there are parts of yourself you have rejected because someone else did not understand them. You learn to apologize for your sensitivity, your quietness, your enthusiasm, or your need for time. Ask me what should mature, but do not call every difference a defect. Your sensitivity can become compassion when it is guided by wisdom. Your quietness can become discernment when it is not controlled by fear. Your enthusiasm can become encouragement when it is grounded in humility. Even your limitations can teach you dependence and patience. Let me define you. You are loved before you are productive. You are valuable when you succeed and when you need to start again. You are worthy of care even on the days when you accomplish very little. Rest from the endless effort to earn what grace already offers. Do not confuse your worth with your usefulness. I did not create you merely to complete tasks. You are not a machine. You are a soul. You need connection, beauty, worship, laughter, sleep, and space to breathe. You are allowed to enjoy the life I have given you. My beloved child, stand before the mirror without repeating the insults of your past. Speak with the kindness you would offer someone you love. Say, I am still growing. I am not abandoned. My past can teach me without owning me. God's mercy is larger than my failure. Let truth become the language of your inner world. Words shape the atmosphere of the heart. Stop announcing defeat over your own life. Stop saying you will never change, never heal, never be loved, or never succeed. You do not know everything I can still do within a willing heart. Replace never with, I am learning. Replace hopeless with, I need help. Replace I am ruined with, I am being restored. This is not pretending that everything is easy. It is refusing to turn pain into prophecy. Your pain does not get to predict your future. You belong to me. Your identity is deeper than the opinion of people, stronger than the accusation of shame, and safer than the unstable applause of the world. Lift your head, beloved child. You are not what happened to you. You are mine, and I am still shaping something beautiful within you. My beloved child, let me heal what you keep hiding. You have become skilled at avoiding the place that hurts. You stay busy. You care for everyone else. You fill the silence with screens, work, noise, and endless activity because when the room becomes quiet, the memory returns. But what is buried is not always healed. You do not have to force yourself to relive everything at once. Healing is not a race. I am gentle with the heart that has already endured too much. I will not drag you through your pain. I will walk beside you as you face it in safe and honest ways. Begin by naming what happened. You were hurt. You were disappointed. Someone failed you. Perhaps you also failed yourself. Whatever the truth is, speak it without exaggeration and without denial. Truth creates room for freedom. You may have believed that forgiveness means pretending nothing happened. It does not. Forgiveness does not rename cruelty as kindness. It does not require you to trust an unsafe person. It does not cancel wise boundaries or remove necessary consequences. Forgiveness means you release your right to be consumed by revenge. You place judgment in my hands and refuse to let the offender continue living inside your mind without paying rent. This release may take time. You may forgive today and feel the anger return tomorrow. When it returns, bring it back to me. Forgiveness can be a decision made once and a healing practiced many times. Do not condemn yourself because the process is slow. I know what the wound cost you. I know you may never receive the apology you deserve. Some people protect their pride by rewriting the story. They may never admit what they did. Your healing does not have to wait for their honesty. You can move forward even if they never understand. You can reclaim your peace even if they never change. Their refusal to apologize does not give them permanent ownership of your joy. Give me the justice you cannot create without destroying yourself. And if you were the one who caused harm, do not use grace to avoid responsibility. Humility says, I was wrong. I am sorry. I will make this right where I can. I will accept that trust may need time to rebuild. Real repentance does not demand quick forgiveness from the wounded person. It produces patient change. My child, I can forgive you and still teach you how to repair what your actions damaged. Mercy and responsibility can walk together. Now think of the younger version of you, the child who did not understand why people behaved as they did, the teenager who carried insecurity, the young adult who made decisions from loneliness. Stop speaking to that younger self with contempt. You know more now. You have language you did not have then. You see patterns you could not see before. Offer compassion to the version of you who was trying to survive with limited understanding. Compassion does not excuse every choice. It creates the safety in which honest change becomes possible. My love has always been reaching toward you. When you felt unwanted, I called you beloved. When you felt unprotected, I remained near. When the actions of others distorted your understanding of love, I did not become like them. I am patient. I am not manipulative. I do not shame you into closeness. I invite, guide, correct, comfort, and remain faithful. Let my character teach your heart what safe love feels like. Healing also requires care for your body. Trauma can live in tense shoulders, shallow breathing, sleepless nights, and constant alertness. Be gentle with the body that carried you through difficult days. Rest, walk, breathe slowly, eat nourishing food, speak with a qualified counselor or doctor when the burden is too heavy. Let trusted people support you. Seeking help is not a failure of faith. Wisdom is one of the ways I care for you. If you ever feel that you may harm yourself or that life is no longer worth living, tell someone immediately. Reach for emergency or professional help. Do not remain alone with that darkness. Your life is precious, and asking for urgent help is an act of courage. There is no shame in needing support. My child, healing does not always mean forgetting. Sometimes it means remembering without being ruled by the memory. It means the event becomes one chapter instead of the cover of your entire story. One day you may notice that the name no longer tightens your chest. The place no longer controls your mood. The memory remains, but it has lost its authority. Do not rush that day. Continue choosing truth. The wound may have shaped you, but it will not have the final word. Bitterness will not become your permanent language. Fear will not decide every relationship. Shame will not sit on the throne of your heart. I am leading you toward freedom. Open the hidden room slowly. Let light enter. Let safe people stand with you. Let tears do their honest work. Let prayer become a place where you are known, rather than a place where you pretend. I am not disgusted by your brokenness. I am present within it, and I am still healing what you thought would hurt forever. My child, I know the burdens you carry for your family. You think about their health, their decisions, their safety, and their future. You want peace in your home. You want conversations without conflict, relationships without manipulation, and love that does not disappear when life becomes difficult. I hear every prayer you whisper for the people you love. But remember, you are not their savior. Love them faithfully, pray sincerely, speak truth gently, and offer help wisely, but do not attempt to control what only they can choose. Release them into my care. You may guide a child, but you cannot live the child's life. You may encourage a spouse, but you cannot force another heart to become honest. You may support a parent, sibling, or friend, but you cannot carry responsibility for decisions they refuse to change. Love without control. This is difficult because control often disguises itself as concern. You say, I am only trying to help, while fear underneath says, if I do not manage everything, something terrible will happen. My child, you can be responsible without becoming consumed. Do what love requires and then entrust the outcome to me. Your home does not need perfection to become a place of grace. It needs people willing to listen, apologize, forgive, and begin again. Peace is not created by avoiding every disagreement. It is created when disagreement no longer becomes permission for cruelty. Lower your voice. Slow your response. Ask what the other person meant before assuming the worst. Do not use old failures as weapons in a new conversation. Words spoken in anger can remain in a heart long after the argument ends. Before you speak, ask, is it true? Is it necessary? Can I say it with love? If the answer is no, wait until wisdom returns. Silence can prevent harm, but do not use silence to punish or manipulate. Return to the conversation when both hearts are calmer. Peace requires courage as well as gentleness. Where you have caused pain, apologize without defending yourself. Do not say, I am sorry, but you made me do it. A sincere apology takes responsibility and allows the other person to describe the impact. Where you have been hurt, speak clearly. You do not need to explode in order to be heard. You do not need to disappear in order to remain safe. Ask for what is healthy. Set boundaries where necessary. I am not asking you to remain in abuse. Seek safety and appropriate help when a relationship becomes dangerous. Love does not require you to offer unrestricted access to someone who repeatedly harms you. Forgiveness and reconciliation are not identical. Reconciliation requires truth, repentance, safety, and change from both sides. Let wisdom protect what sentiment alone cannot. My child, some relationships will be restored, others may be released. Do not call every ending a failure. Sometimes peace arrives through repair, and sometimes peace arrives through distance. Ask me for discernment. Do not remain connected only because you fear loneliness. Loneliness can tempt you to accept attention that is not love. Wait for relationships in which honesty, respect, responsibility, and faith can grow. You do not have to chase affection. The right people will not require you to betray your values in order to belong. They will not celebrate your weakness and resent your growth. They will be able to correct you without humiliating you and support you without controlling you. Become that kind of person too. Do not only pray for good friends. Learn to be one. Keep confidence. Celebrate another person's progress. Show up when it is inconvenient. Tell the truth with kindness. Allow others to be human without demanding that they meet every need in your heart. No person can carry the weight of being your God. Let people be people, and let me remain at the center. For the family member who has wandered, continue praying, but do not let worry become the only way you love them. Speak hope when possible. Keep the door of healthy communication open. Remember that I can reach a heart in places your words cannot enter. For the family member who is sick, offer care, seek treatment, and remain present. Do not promise outcomes you cannot guarantee. Instead, promise companionship. We will face this one day at a time, and we will not face it alone. For the home under financial or emotional pressure, return to simple practices of peace. Eat together when you can. Put down the phone. Listen without rushing. Pray in ordinary language. Give thanks for one small thing. Ask forgiveness before sleep. Small acts repeated with love can change the atmosphere of a home. My child, I am working even when progress feels slow. A softened response, an honest conversation, one boundary respected, One prayer offered together: do not overlook these beginnings. Not every miracle arrives like thunder. Some miracles grow quietly at the table. Continue planting patience. Continue watering truth. Continue removing the weeds of resentment. Trust me with the growth. I am present in your home. Invite my peace into your words, my wisdom into your decisions, and my compassion into the way you see one another. Your family may be imperfect, but grace can still live there. My beloved child, I know the pressure you feel when you think about money, work, and responsibility. You calculate what is needed. You look at what is available. The difference between them becomes fear. You wonder whether the job will remain, whether the business will grow, whether the debt will end, and whether you will be able to provide for the people who depend on you. Bring these concerns to me without shame. Financial stress can make even small decisions feel heavy. It can disturb sleep, create tension at home, and tempt you toward desperate choices. But desperation is a poor counselor. Slow down. Do not accept dishonest gain because you are afraid. Do not sign an agreement you do not understand. Do not borrow simply to maintain an appearance. Do not compare your beginning with someone else's middle and spend money to impress people who are not responsible for your future. Choose integrity. My provision is not permission for carelessness. Trust and stewardship belong together. Pray as though you depend upon me, and plan as though wisdom is one of my answers. Write down what comes in and what goes out. Face the numbers honestly. Seek qualified advice when necessary. Cut what is harming your future. Pay what you owe with a clear plan. Avoid promises you cannot keep. Small disciplined choices can become large freedom over time. Do not despise a modest beginning. An honest opportunity may look smaller than your dream, but faithfulness in a small place can prepare you for greater responsibility. Learn, serve, improve your skill. Arrive with integrity. Treat people with dignity whether or not they can advance your career. Your character travels farther than your title. If a door closes, allow yourself to grieve, but do not call yourself worthless. Employment can change. Income can change. Markets can change. Your value does not rise and fall with a salary. You are more than your work. Work is one way you serve, create, provide, and participate in the world. It is important, but it is not the full measure of your life. Do not sacrifice your health, soul, and family on the altar of constant productivity. There will always be one more task. Set a boundary. Rest when it is time to rest. Be fully present with the people you love. A successful career cannot embrace you when your heart is lonely. My child, if you are unemployed or underemployed, do not let shame make you isolate yourself. Tell trusted people what you need. Apply again. Learn again. Accept honest work without believing it defines your final destination. One season is not your identity. If you are building something new, be patient with slow growth. Not every good seed becomes fruit immediately. Test the idea, listen to feedback, keep expenses wise, let discipline support the dream. Faith does not refuse facts. Faith sees facts clearly and still believes wisdom, creativity, community, and perseverance can open possibilities. I may provide through an opportunity, a person, an idea, a skill you develop, or a change in direction. Remain attentive. Do not insist that provision must arrive only in the package you imagined. And when abundance comes, remember what scarcity taught you. Be generous, but not performative. Save with wisdom. Give with joy. Do not use money to control people or prove your importance. Let resources become a tool for service rather than a master of your heart. You can possess money without allowing money to possess you. If debt has become overwhelming, do not hide from it. Shame grows in secrecy. Gather the facts. Contact the right people. Seek reputable financial guidance. Create a realistic plan. Progress may be slow, but honest progress is still progress. I will meet you in responsible action. Do not believe every message that promises sudden wealth or effortless success. Greed often wears the clothing of opportunity. Ask questions, verify, wait before acting. If someone pressures you to decide immediately, step back. Peace can tolerate examination. Manipulation cannot. My child, I know what you need. Yet my care may not always look like luxury or instant rescue. Sometimes it looks like daily bread, endurance, community, a simpler life, and wisdom to distinguish need from desire. Do not overlook daily bread while waiting for a banquet. Give thanks for what is here. and keep working toward what is needed. Gratitude and ambition do not have to be enemies. You can appreciate today's provision while preparing responsibly for tomorrow. Release the fear that says one setback will destroy everything. You have adapted before. You have learned before. You have begun again before. I can give you creativity for this season too. Ask me, what is the next wise step? Then listen. Perhaps it is a conversation. Perhaps it is training. Perhaps it is a budget, an application, a boundary, an apology, or a season of patient preparation. Take that step without demanding to see the entire staircase. I am with you in the workplace, at the kitchen table, in the interview, during the difficult meeting, and in the quiet moment when you review the numbers. Your needs matter to me. Your work can become worship when it is offered with integrity. Your finances can become peaceful when fear no longer controls every decision. Trust me, and let that trust produce wisdom, patience, honesty, and courage. My beloved child, now it is time to rise again. Not because every problem has disappeared, not because you suddenly possess every answer. Rise because you now remember that you are not standing alone. The road ahead may still require courage, but courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage is choosing the next faithful step while fear is still speaking, and trusting that my hand will remain beneath you. You have not fought this hard merely to surrender at the edge of a new beginning. There is breath in your lungs. There is wisdom growing within you. There is compassion in your heart that suffering could not destroy. There is a purpose that does not depend upon perfect circumstances. Your story is not over. The cross appeared to be an ending, but resurrection revealed that love had the final word. Remember Jesus. Remember the one who entered suffering, carried sorrow, defeated the grave, and opened the way for hope to live beyond what human eyes could see. Because of him, your darkest hour does not have to become your final hour. Because of grace, failure can become repentance, shame can become freedom, and a wounded heart can learn to love again. You are not saved by your own strength. You are held by a love stronger than death. So release the version of yourself who believed everything depended upon perfect performance. You will make mistakes. You will need mercy. You will have days when your faith feels powerful, and days when all you can offer is one whispered prayer. Bring me both days. When you feel strong, walk humbly. When you feel weak, lean closer. When you succeed, give thanks. When you stumble, return quickly. Do not turn one fall into a permanent home. I am still calling you forward. There are people who will be encouraged because you kept going. There are prayers you will understand differently because of what you survived. There is kindness you will offer with unusual tenderness because you know what hidden pain feels like. Nothing surrendered to me is without the possibility of redemption. Now breathe deeply. Let gratitude rise, not because every chapter was easy, but because you were carried through chapters you thought would destroy you. Thank me for the doors that opened. Thank me for the doors that protected you by remaining closed. Thank me for the people who stayed, the lessons left by those who departed, and the strength that grew in places no one applauded. Thank me for this breath. Thank me for another opportunity to choose truth over fear, wisdom over impulse, and love over bitterness. My child, tomorrow does not need to frighten you. I am already present in the day you have not yet reached. There is no future moment in which you must live without my grace. When morning comes, do not begin by collecting every worry. Begin with my presence. Before you touch the noise of the world, place your heart in my hands. Say, Father, guide my thoughts, guard my words, direct my steps, help me recognize what is mine to do, and release what belongs to you. Then move through the day slowly enough to notice grace. Notice the sunlight. Notice the person who cares. Notice the strength to complete an ordinary task. Notice the small answer, the quiet protection, and the unexpected moment of peace. Your life is made not only of dramatic breakthroughs, but also of thousands of ordinary mercies. Do not miss them. My beloved child, place your hand over your heart one final time. Feel that it is still beating. Your presence in this world still matters. You are not forgotten. You are not rejected. You are not too late. You are not fighting alone. I am with you when you wait. I am with you when you work. I am with you when you heal. I am with you when you begin again. When the night becomes quiet and fear tries to return, remember this voice of truth. You are held. When another person fails to see your worth, remember, you are loved. When the next step feels uncertain, remember, you are guided. When your strength feels small, remember, grace is sufficient for this moment. Walk forward now, not with pride, but with peaceful confidence. You do not know everything tomorrow contains, but you know who will walk with you into it. My hand is upon you. My mercy is available to you. My peace is surrounding you. My love will not release you. I am with you, beloved child. I was with you yesterday. I am with you today, and when tomorrow arrives, you will discover that I am there too. You will be all right, not because life will always be easy, but because you will never have to face it without me. Rest now. Breathe again. Lift your head. Your pain will not have the final word. Fear will not have the final word. Failure will not have the final word. My grace will speak. My love will remain. And through Jesus Christ, hope will rise again. I love you, my child. I have not abandoned you. I am with you, always. Amen.
If this message spoke to your heart, write, "God is with me," in the comments as your declaration of faith. Share this video with someone who needs strength today, and subscribe to God's Gentle Reminder for more messages of hope, prayer, and encouragement. May the peace of God guard your heart and remain with you today. Amen.